Do you think WordPress is just for techie people? Well, think again.
It's totally possible to build a professional website using WordPress without writing a single line of code.
Welcome to part 2 of our mini-series all about WordPress myths. Part 1 last week was all about security, and we are back today talking about using WordPress in a non-techie way. Now, hands up confession, I am the world's least technically minded person. Thank goodness I've got Ben over here who I can fire all my questions at, because I am here for the content, the creation and the words, but the technical stuff, no good at all. And I totally get why there are some people out there who are really scared about the prospect of using WordPress on their websites, because it has this whole myth attached to it that you have to be some kind of technical coding wizard in order to be able to produce something that is half decent.
But you have been using WordPress for a long time, haven't you? And so
yeah, I've been using it for years.
It proves that it can be done. It proves that
Yeah.
it can be done. Like most myths, it's kind of rooted in truth. So WordPress, it's like two parallel worlds. So WordPress is a web development platform for techies, for coders to build complex websites. And that's going on all the time. And that's something I've been doing for a long time. However, you don't need code to build, don't need to be a coder or a techie to build a website using WordPress any longer. There's lots of things have changed in recent years. There's lots of great tools that you can use that allow you to build a brilliant website without having to put your head under the hood at all whatsoever. You can do it all. So the modern version of website has the block editor, which is built into WordPress, which makes it much easier to create content, but also lay out your page and all of that kind of stuff within WordPress. But there are also modern themes which are highly configurable and allow you to do a hell of a lot in terms of designing your website, again, without any kind of technical knowledge. It's just about and it takes practice, of course, but it's much more intuitive. It uses drag and drop, which we're all used to using. It's just a different world, really. And there's a big no-code movement, and WordPress is part of that. So there's to make it accessible to ordinary people, to ordinary business people who don't want to need to get a degree in technology before they can actually understand this stuff and build something that works.
Yeah, totally. Remember to subscribe, by the way, because there's going to be part 3 coming next week, and I really wouldn't want you to miss out on this. And if you subscribe, you'll get notifications. So Ben, what are your top tools and tips that you would advise to people who are complete newbies coming into WordPress and not having a clue where to start?
Okay, well, firstly, pick a beginner-friendly theme. There are lots of these. We can put some examples in the description. They're free most of the time. There are paid ones, but I think get started with a free one. It's a good way to test it out. Many of them do have premium options, so you can try the free one, and if you want more functionality, more options, you can then upgrade to the paid version. But I will put some suggestions in there. Just go and try a few and see which one you like, really. There are sort of dedicated page builders as well, Elementor and Divi and all of these kind of their plugins, which actually sit on top of WordPress but give additional functionality, allowing you to lay out your website in a particular way. They've been around quite a long time, actually, but they've reached levels of sophistication which make it a lot easier for a newbie to get started, really. Hosting as well. Sometimes the biggest problem is actually getting started and installing WordPress in the first place. Mm-hmm. But dedicated WordPress web hosts will offer one-click install. So you click a button, it just does it. And it's all set up, ready to go in a minute or so. It's very, very quick. and it just removes that sort of barrier to entry, really. And the other thing is support. I mean, there is so much information out there because WordPress has been around for 20 years. There is so much out there. If you Google WordPress tutorial, you're going to find loads and loads of possibilities. YouTube, you could learn WordPress using YouTube alone for sure. However, I think that is quite overwhelming. There's so much out there. That's quite overwhelming. I mean, where do you start?
Massively
Who do you trust?
So.
Yeah. And it's just that would put you off, I think, because you just, I don't know where to start. So if you can find someone who can teach you how to do it, if you have someone who's there to hold your hand, basically to help guide and support you, show you the right way to do it, and avoid the pitfalls, that is going to stand you in good stead. That's going to allow you to achieve what you want to do quickly, I think, still with you doing it yourself at the end of the day.
Only I knew someone who knew something about WordPress.
Well, we do have that. That is where I'm going to be offering exactly that kind of
expertise.
Yes, that's the word. I don't know why the word disappeared from my brain, but it did.
Because I'm the wordy queen.
You are, yes. That's where you come in. So I'm going to be offering that, and in fact, we're going to be doing something together, aren't we? Which is going to facilitate that. But more on that in the weeks ahead. It's something working on it. That's coming. That's coming down the line.
We've got a whole heap of stuff that is going to be super helpful to you all.
It really,
and that
really
is another good reason to stay subscribed, because we will be announcing it on our YouTube channel. So if you don't want to miss out on this helpful advice for your business, for your website, for your blogs, then you better just hit subscribe, because that's the only way you're going to hear about it. So WordPress isn't really that scary after all, is it?
No.
Because if it was, I, for one, wouldn't be using it. I know that for a fact. And do you know what? Like all things that you try for the first time, of course, it's going to feel a bit unfamiliar. Of course, it's going to feel a bit weird. And of course, you might do a few things that are a little bit wrong to begin with, but you're not going to break anything. And as you practice and use something more, it's going to become like brushing your teeth. You just know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly right. And it is about starting and taking it one step at a time. That is really the key to this and to avoiding the overwhelm. So what is the one thing that stops you using WordPress, which stopped you getting started? Feel free to comment and put your biggest fear, your biggest issue, your biggest roadblock, put that in the comments, and we'll hopefully address that.
Remember, part one, if you missed seeing that was all about security last week. And next week, we've got part 3 coming your way, which is for all those people who do not have enough time in the day to sort their website out. Hey there, I'm Bex, and I help small business owners get more visible online by having a blog on their website.
Hi. I'm Ben, and I help small business owners learn how to build their own website using WordPress, all without writing a single line of code.